All right, here I am again. Today is the June 3rd, 2019, the beginning of another hot summer down here down south. School's out and it's hot. We're not getting any rain. We're praying for rain, but other than that, it's just hot. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to September. The older I get, the more I hate summertime. But anyway, picked up the book. Been wanting to read this book for a while. Been hearing about it for a while. It's always on these lists of the 100 greatest novels. So said I was going to give it a chance. And here it is. It is by, I can't pronounce this name. Aldous Huxley. Aldous Huxley. I got to find out how to pronounce his first name. Brave New World. Been hearing about this book for years, didn't know anything about it. Now that I've read it and I've been looking up different reviews on it, they talk about the comparison to 1984 by Wells, and I guess if you want to compare it, I guess they're in that same vein. The dystopian novels about the future and the control that the government is going to have. This book was written in the 1930s, and seems to me that he saw automation. Same thing people are talking about now, how our lives just basically depend on automation, machines, that our humanity eventually will be lost and we will no longer be men. We'll just be cogs in the system. And the book is great. I mean, the thing I found fascinating about the book, it talks about how there were no more fathers and mothers. People were just being cloned, and how sexual promiscuity was like, it was encouraged. It was encouraged that, nobody would have a connection, that we are all connected to each other. And while people was having this unlimited sex, and they were using this drug called soma, which is, to me, I see it as how they're trying to legalize marijuana. And they want to just basically and how we have so much access to so much entertainment. All you need is an internet, Wi-Fi or internet subscription, and you can basically be entertained from sun up to sundown. I remember not working for a couple of months, and it's like, man, I don't know how I would have did it without the internet. We have Netflix and YouTube, and we just you can make your own videos. You can talk to people in chat rooms or on social media all day long. I noticed there's certain people on Twitter all day long, but hey, that's not my business. But, you know, and when I read this book, it reminds me of that. Like, even, where I work at, a lot of the kids, that they're not even interested in reading. They're only interested in playing video games, and pleasure, and are we at a pleasure overload? Are we giving pleasure so much, or not even pleasure, information, to the fact that nothing really matters anymore? Because we know tomorrow there's going to be another story. And are we really focusing on, even with in politics is more about Trump bashing, but are we focusing on what's going on in the world? You know, and for the average person, first of all, it's a time thing. That the average person is working 8 hours a day. The book talked about that, how if in an ideal world that none of us would be working, the machines could do it all. But one of the characters in the book, he says that man needs something to do. It would be too much. And I kind of agree with that. I believe we all need some type of work, something to put our minds to. But I found it a lot less scarier and kind of you know revealing, less than 1984, because 1984 is just it's just so real with Big Brother and all the technology we have today. But this it got me just thinking about the Soma, and how the average person just goes to work and comes home and have a beer, or I used to do it myself. Average person, even exercise. We come home, we exercise. We come home, cut the TV on. I mean, are we really engaged to what's going on? Can we be engaged to what's going on without giving up everything in life, or our livelihood, time with family, or whatever? So, but I don't know. I truly believe that this is one of the books that everyone should read. So this is a classic. If you're seeing this video and you haven't read this book, read it today. It's a very good read. I understood the author's point. He talks about the savages, which were, an Indian tribe during that time, and they live basically the old way. They had marriages, they had family, and they were seen as savages, And I mean, even as now, even I think sometimes the left goes too far, even when they describe like people in Texas and, southern states, and these people are families, they have family goals, and their main thing is family. And I think the left goes too far of trying to separate families, making us feel like we could do it on our own, when I think it's just a human need to have that family. So I think that was his main part. They were showing how family ties are broken down, because in a mechanical era, you really don't need other people as much as you needed them in, that agrarian lifestyle where everybody worked on the farm and all. Even like looking at my own genealogy, my own family, I could see that, the brothers and sisters, they always stayed in the same area, even if they moved to different cities. During a great migration, those families still stayed together in the same neighborhood, whether they went to Los Angeles, or they went to Beaumont, Texas, or Houston, Texas, wherever they may have went. But now it's like that is pretty much broken down. A lot of people are not even being raised with their cousins anymore, because people are moving all over the place. So see, I can see that family breakdown. And can it be advantageous? Yes. But a lot of times when you're dealing with poverty and dealing with poor, you need your family members to help, and that's kind of getting lost. Even with as much connection we have, we are as far apart as ever. So that's strange. Anyway, Brave New World by Huxley. Check it out. Believe the world is going in that way, and I don't see nobody stopping it, because we love the convenience. I mean, when marijuana is legalized, I don't think people are just going to be smoking it all day long, like, they try to make jokes of. But it will be another place for us to go and hide, and not engage, which, I mean, it's that now. But it seems like that's what these social media sites, and, it's like we're all running from real life. We're all finding somewhere to hide, and, religion, politics, whatever, and maybe we need that, and it's the book kind of fights for it. Like, one thing about the book is different, because it's not showing that it's all bad. It's actually showing some of the advantages of living like this. So we shall see. Read Brave New World.